The 21st US university I recommend for your MBA studies is the University of Montana. Now, when you scroll down the College of Business page, you are going to see that each academic year, the graduate programs through the College of Business award a select number of graduate assistantships to individuals who complete the formal application process and meet the position qualification. Graduate assistant applications are open from December 1st, 2024 to March 1st, 2025. So what this means is that there is a separate application for graduate assistantship positions. So after you have been admitted, then you have the chance to fill another application for graduate assistantship. If you are a graduate assistant, you are going to get tuition support and a stipend of $5,000 per semester. In terms of your responsibilities, you are going to work 20 hours per week for assigned faculty members, and you also need to maintain a minimum of 6 credits per semester and have good academic standing. And they are saying that one assistantship position is reserved and funded for a Native American student. To qualify, in addition to the qualifications listed above, the candidate must also be enrolled member of a Native American tribe. I'm not too sure what this means. Probably you would have to, join an association, something like that. But yeah, they offer assistantship, and it's open to all students. When we check the admission requirements, what they are saying is that the GMAT can actually be waived for you if you meet any of the following conditions. And one of the conditions is to have a GPA of at least 3.0 in the last 60 credits completed during your bachelor's degree. So yeah, this should be easy for many students. And then if you're an international student, you may need to submit an English proficiency test if English was not the language of instruction in your home country. The 22nd US university I want you to look at for your MBA studies is the Tennessee State University. Now, when we scroll down, we are going to see the application requirements, and they are saying that you need to complete the graduate school application and then pay an application fee of $58, official transcript, official GMAT test scores, and this can actually be waived for you if you meet some conditions. And they are saying that they accept the GRE if you don't have the GMAT, but GMAT is preferred. And you're also supposed to submit a resume and statement of purpose, and health forms and all these things I think will be done within the school. So in terms of the GRE and GMAT, they can waive it for you if you have earned at least a 3.0 undergraduate GPA. So that alone is enough. And we can see on the left side that they have graduate assistantship. So graduate assistantship means that you can submit an application form for graduate assistantship, and then you can be considered for assistantship positions. The 23rd US university I recommend to you for your MBA studies is the Indiana University Bloomington. And when you check the School of Business page, what they are saying is that they have scholarships and fellowships. When you click on it, so they are saying that they have merit-based scholarships, they have fellowships, and they have assistantships. They are saying that more than 90% of their students receive merit aid, with awards ranging from $15,000 to full tuition waiver. And there is no additional application, unlike the ones that we've seen already. And they are saying that all merit aid is awarded through the admissions process. What they are saying is that they give these scholarships based on academic performance, GRE, GMAT scores, professional experience, application strength, and they also have fellowships. They have all kinds of fellowships, So yeah, if you apply to Indiana University Bloomington, you are likely going to get a good scholarship to pursue your studies. And the GRE, GMAT, probably there is a way they can actually waive it for you. So this is something we can check and see. And if you remember, Indiana University is one of the universities that I recommended in my top 20 US universities that anyone should consider. If I recall, I told you there are more than 6,000 international students at Indiana University. When you check the requirements, they require TOEFL or IELTS, and this can be waived for you depending on your country. If you are from Ghana, you are not going to submit this. I know 2 Ghanaians studying there. So the next university I recommend to you is Ball State University, and this is also in my top 20 US universities that you should consider. And on the Miller College of Business page, they are saying that they offer graduate assistantships, and so this is very straightforward. And the benefit of a graduate assistantship position is the fact that your tuition is waived with the exception of a dedicated fee. The dedicated fee is just a small fee, so it's not a big deal. And then they are also saying no out-of-state fees are charged for students holding assistantships, which is a good thing. And graduate assistants are also paid a competitive stipend over an academic year and receive a 10% discount at most local bookstores. You have to make sure you meet the deadline for fall semester applications, which is April 1st. So once we click on Master of Business Administration, we can see the application requirements, and it's straightforward. 2 letters of recommendation, supplemental form, a resume, transcripts, GRE or GMAT, and so yeah, they require the GRE or GMAT. I mean, once you have the GRE, I think this is a school that you have to apply to. Another US university I want you to look at is Boise State University, and when you scroll down, they are saying that they have GEM scholarship for graduate students. And what they are saying is that the merit-based GEM scholarship for graduate students waives non-resident tuition for out-of-state and international graduate students with an overall GPA of at least 3.0 who are accepted into an eligible graduate degree program. Qualified students who attend Boise State as an undergraduate are eligible for a GEM scholarship, even if they receive GEM support as an undergraduate. To be considered for the award, a student must have a permanent residence outside the state of Idaho. Both international students and US citizens are eligible, which means that you don't have to be somebody who is from Idaho. And also your GPA must be at least 3.3, and you have to be admitted into the program. Here, what they are saying is that if you got a Boise State GEM scholarship as an undergrad, you can still get it as a graduate student, so that's a good thing. Most of the time, if you're an international student, the additional requirement is the English proficiency. So yeah, so they are saying that you have to apply early, by December 15, if you want to be considered for automatic merit scholarships. So yeah, so there's another university you have to consider. The 26th US university I recommend for your MBA studies is Ohio State University. Now, when you check the MBA page, what they are saying is that on average, 75% of our full-time MBA students receive some form of merit-based funding, consisting of scholarships, graduate assistantships, and or fellowships. So when you scroll down, you have the Fisher Graduate Assistantship. It covers 50% of your tuition and you work 10 hours per week. And basically what they are saying is that each year, Fisher awards 10 to 20 new graduate assistantships to the incoming MBA class. Graduate assistants are selected for placement based upon their skills and department needs and how those align with program needs. So yeah, you go through an interview and all of that. Also, what they are saying is that they have Fisher MBA Leadership Fellow, and this one covers 100% of your tuition and you work 20 hours per week. And they have all kinds of fellowships and scholarships that you can consider. So that's actually a good thing. In terms of the application, they require your transcript, they require test scores, but this can actually be waived for you. They require resume, essay, 2 references, video interview, live interview, and then an application fee. So of $60 for domestic students and $70 for international students. So basically the requirements are straightforward, just that Ohio State University is a more competitive school, so you would have to have strong application materials in order to be considered into the program. For them to waive the GMAT for you, what they are saying is that you need to have at least a 3.0 cumulative and a graduate GPA. So I think this is even simple and straightforward. So yeah, you have to consider Ohio State University. It's not really that hard actually. Another US university that I want you to consider for your MBA studies is the University of Kansas. In terms of the application requirements, they require a completed application, they require transcripts, they require a resume, and then official GMAT or GRE, but this can actually be waived for you upon request. Also, personal statement, application fee, and if you're an international student, depending on your country, you may need to submit IELTS or TOEFL. Now, when you scroll down this page, what they are saying is that they have priority deadline for scholarship consideration, which is January 15, which means that if you submit your application before January 15, you're going to be considered for scholarship. So that's another university that you can consider. They don't talk about assistantships and all of that, but yeah, normally when schools give priority consideration, it means they are going to give you something good most of the time. That's what it means. So another university I want you to consider for your MBA studies in the US is Florida State University. Here, when you scroll down, you can check the admission guidelines. So what they are saying is that the decision for admission is based on portfolio of qualifications. GRE and GMAT are optional. Basically, if you're an international student, you may need to submit an English proficiency test, but this depends on your country. The application fee is just $30, and also they require letters of recommendation. And also they require a CV and then applicant statement. This is more like your statement of purpose. The only thing is the evaluation that you have to do. So it's a school that requires an evaluation. Apart from that, everything else I think looks good. So in terms of the program cost, when you scroll down, they are saying that they offer assistantships. So the College of Business offers a limited number of assistantships to accelerated full-time MBA students only. Online and part-time evening students are not eligible for these awards. And they are saying that if you are given the assistantship position, you are going to work approximately 10 hours a week. So the assistantship offer is not really that good compared to so many others that we've seen. So I think this is also another reason this didn't make it in the top 20. The final school I want you to consider for your MBA studies in the US is Iowa State University. And when you scroll down the MBA page, what they are saying is that In terms of the admission, they require a resume, transcripts, letters of recommendation, a personal essay, GMAT, GRE scores, and then English proficiency test for non-native English speakers. So this one can be way for you depending on where you come from. GMAT is required, so this is why this one is at the bottom of my list, because they require the GRE GMAT, like strictly require it. And when you scroll down in terms of scholarships and assistantships, what they are saying is that there are a limited number of quarter-time assistantships available for qualified MBA students. So this amount, the full tuition scholarship is actually lower, way lower, and then they are giving you 25%, out of that. So yeah, it's not the best, but it's also not bad, because at least you are getting something. And also they are saying that if you're on assistantship, you qualify for paid health insurance and you work 10 hours per week. Now, anytime you are working 10 hours per week, it means you have 10 hours more that you can work on campus. The campus jobs will not give you that much, but at least you can use it to, supplement your income. And what they are saying is that scholarships are competitive. They range from $2,000 to $3,000. I mean, this is too small. So scholarships are not really what you focus on. You have to always focus on assistantships. And we've seen so many schools that offer good assistantships and have, flexible requirements. So this is the last school that I want to recommend to you. Please, if you have found any value in this video, consider subscribing and consider sharing the video with others. Giving the video a like will be greatly appreciated. And thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.